Today is July 27th, 2025. During the FBI case, we only had three outside cameras. We got a cheap little thing that went into a laptop from Home Depot. It was like $199. It had to be wired into the electric. It and then it was powered through our internet. They caught these people hacking into it and erasing people and photoshopping over it during the case. Okay. I even confront Dave on a tape of a guy in a green coat walking towards our house, and the tape glitched, it froze, it looked distorted, and then when I restarted, it was gone, and there was footsteps outside. There's video editors for cell phones. Um, it's as easy as that, and it'd be easier to hack than a cell phone. And these people could already hack cell phones. Dear God, they sold the link to the FBI case. And the king from Texas is a U.S. military Iraqi translator, went into the dark web malware Fano King. Like they said, he's taken his military training and his army people. Oh, he's a human trafficker too. And he's a drug lord. Their latest thing is they've been yelling that, okay, I had two cotton terrier puppies. They're about 7 pounds each, 7 or 8. They're about the size of a baby. Okay. And they were tiny and cute as a button. I taught them to roll over, sit, and to pretty dance. You'd be surprised what you can get for a piece of lunch meat. Took a lot of training with them. 6 months before the case, I was in PetSmart. I always took my dogs for checkups, their shots. They were on heartworm medicine. They were on flea medicine that also had flea collars, and they would get a bath once a week, if not once every other week, and scrubbed. And I even had a toothbrush that I used on their teeth. I bought pretty little dresses for Lily, put bows in her hair. Lincoln had sweaters, they had little winter coats. While I was carrying Lincoln around PetSmart, and I used to hold him like a baby right here, and he just cuddled me. We got him from an Amish place out in Indiana. They kept him in a chicken coop with hundreds of other dogs. He was so scared of everybody, he'd sit and shake. We'd have to keep him on a leash and pick him up and pet him, and then take him out, let him run off the stress, and come back in and put him back on the leash. And I tell my grandchildren he'll learn what it's like to be loved. It took a long time to get his trust. Lily we got from another Amish place, and they kept her in a wire cage, and her falls were like this at first. Took about a month to flatten out. And they were sweet, loving dogs when they calmed down. I used to say they will learn that not all humans are bad. And not all humans are evil. These people have been laughing. Now, it's a 7-pound dog. Okay, the Florida drug cartel I didn't realize who it was until after the case. This guy was in there. He was telling people that I abused Lincoln. And Lincoln's laying here with this, cuddling me. And he's like, he's yelling it out in PetSmart. Some guy in Perry Township screamed at him. He said, she's holding that dog like it's a baby. And it's cuddling her like a mother. Dogs that are abused do not cuddle the person. She's holding it like a baby, and it's loving it like it's his mother. Stop lying on that lady. Well, some guy showed up and was laughing. I wish more people would scream at these people for lying on her. Like the guy in Perry Township, he said, the men that worked the case said she would never abuse those animals. Never. She may have been strict on them, but she was never abusive. And when she was being strict on them, she was being abused herself, horribly. And she never abused any of those animals. Okay? See, my dogs went to the vet. There was never any sign of abuse. Okay? They have been laughing where I told you, during the case, the FBI and police caught them hacking into that little tiny computer system and copying over, racing people walking towards my house. They'd disappear. Footsteps would still be outside. They're hackers. They have been laughing. Oh, they photoshopped her swinging that little dog. That's ridiculous and absurd. You would actually swung a 7-pound dog. You would have broke its neck or left it brain damage. That's not even funny. Some guy showed up and said the agent over a case already knew if you swung a dog that little, you would have killed it. And they would have had it photoshopped it. That's how ridiculous they are. And there's video editors on Google Play. My friend Maddie said where these people have been laughing that they photoshopped everything. He said my friend with an $800 laptop said he could Photoshop everything, go in and redo videos. They're called video editors. I don't know how to do it, but anybody with any kind of training would be child's play. And these people can hack into anything. It's not even funny them laughing at me and then telling people that and asking people to harass me. That would be photoshopped. Like they said, you would have killed the dog if that would actually happen. It's how not funny they are. And it's called a video editor. There's all kinds on Google Play where they were photoshopping everything into our thing. They can hack into your cell phone. They can do anything. That's why you don't open that link to asking people to harass me. The woman too ugly for another man. The one the world's to make fun of. And then it's a tape website full of lies. It's nothing but lies. You open it. You ever hear of not opening emails? They have malware in them that they can look through your phone and they can take over your phone or your laptop and turn it on and watch you. The guys into dark web malware. Get the idea. And these people are hackers. Hacking, the FBI and police caught them in 18 and 19 getting in my security cameras and using their video editors and taping over things. These people are ridiculous. That's where I was in Bob Evans the other morning, heard some guys talking, and where the guy showed up that wore a helmet and was following me in 1819 showed up again. Originals from the case are showing up. And he was outside talking how he helps watch me. And he was going on and on about how people about died when I thought that agent sounded crazy on the phone. We found out she doesn't even know who that Pete is. And he was in offices saying all kinds of stuff about her, and she's never even met him. And, well, he's a goon that Dave was bragging to people that he hired some guy named Pete on his own. He's Dave's henchman. I've never met him. And he said We found out that they're using some doctor that's not hers. And they're talking about stealing. They said it's already know that they stole somebody else's medical records and put her name on it. We, oh, and he was going on and on and on and about that little white man showing up with a look like a drained Santa Claus at Faith Family Church, saying he was retired Judge Pete Ludick letting him get away with crimes as if he would. They said, but you know, there was a guy there who looked like that saying that with the drug dealers. He's just saying it. See what I mean? Well, that guy showed up and he's saying stuff, sending in Bob Evans. I start blasting about everything. I go to leave. A couple comes in and sits down across from me and Carl and says, well, John already verified it. Just like, hell no, John never verified anything. And I start blasting. Go up to the register, say a bunch of stuff to the cashier. We go over to Walmart 62. A guy came in and said, I told that couple never to say a word to her again. He said, I interviewed John years ago, and he said nothing bad ever happened to him. What part of the FBI, after Thanksgiving of 18, they were talking about Melissa having those kids make everything up? Inside Walmart, that they caught him lying. They sold the login, they don't care anymore. That was in 18. That they were only making it up to scare me out of the house, and they had interviewed my whole family, and they spoke highly of me. You didn't understand. That guy yelled out in Walmart 2 days ago. Actually, yesterday. He said, well, they're supposed to have drugged her and told her to say blah, 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 blah. And he said, I'll take care of it. I already interviewed John years ago. And he told me nothing ever bad happened to him. He said, we already interviewed everyone. What part of even March 23rd, 23, those 2 federal agents coming in screaming at people? We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. Nobody's ever seen anything. And it was some lady thought she could make money off of it. Exploiting people and harming them. And then you can steal from victimizing people. Go to jail for that one. Today I went up to Fairlawn. I usually like to walk around Summit Mall because they have announced this whole thing is a scam built from the Freemasons. People even laughing about it. Some guy showed up and said, I was assigned to her today. Boy, I'd like to have those videos of those people admitting this whole thing is a scam built from the Freemasons. And other people laughing about it said the FBI has already been up here and got all the videos. I know ladies were up there last month talking how they already have the videos. See, you forget you're dealing with the FBI. I also have Walmart 62 of May 26, 25 of the other cartel admitting it's a whole scam built from the Freemason, the whole thing. Get the idea. These people already admitted they drugged me and told me to say it before. They never talked to me. They only used drugs on me. They photoshopped that shower scene to make me look weird on purpose. And then it's come right out that it wasn't even them photoshopped me washing in the shower. They photoshopped somebody else's body. The guy said, he said, I forgot how big Karen was at the beginning of the case. He said, I did a body ratio. It wasn't even her. Get the idea? Before they photoshopped all the lies. A guy showed up later today outside a gas station. I found out they already admitted years ago they photoshopped everything. 18, honey. Drugged me and told me to say it before. 18. Get an idea. I'm going to upload this.